So I'm not really sure where to start this. I met Nate years and years ago. I used to go to all the shows at the Eagles Club, and I was a big fan. Been a big fan of professional wrestling my entire life, and always thought Jaysin Strife was just the coolest guy that I had ever met. And we got to, me and one of my best friends went to all the shows. And it wasn't until 2015 where I finally mustered up enough courage to private message him and basically beg to be a part of what he was doing. And I remember that we had a really good conversation, and he knew me from going to the shows and gave me the opportunity to come to Magnum Pro as a ring announcer. And so I knew that I had different goals at the time, but I was like, I'm going to do whatever I can to get started in this. And so I came in as a ring announcer and kind of bided my time for a little while, and then I convinced Nate to let me try my hand at managing. I always wanted to be like a Bobby Heenan type, Jimmy Hart type character. And I remember pestering him about it over and over again, and him just telling me, like, I don't really know if it's gonna work with you. You have this like good guy persona, and everybody knows you as the ring announcer. I just don't know if it's gonna work. And after enough convincing, I think he gave me the opportunity, I think just to kind of shut me up. And he told me that if it doesn't work, he's like, I'll give you one shot. And if it doesn't work, you're back to announcing. And I was like, okay, cool. All I need is one shot. And I don't know, can we cuss on here? I don't, it's not very appropriate, some of the language, but I remember that night in the show, I was doing my ring announcing, and I turned heel at the end of the show, and it was great. Everybody was booing. Everybody started a F you Joe chant, and I thought it was like the best thing in the world. And I remember I walked into the backstage area, and he just kind of looked at me with that smirk and just kind of shook his head, almost in disbelief that it worked. And then from there, he allowed me to continue managing at Magnum Pro, and it was a big compliment to me whenever he would tell me that I did a good job. I think it's probably been mentioned numerous times. Nate was like the measuring stick. He was the one that everybody wanted to emulate, everybody wanted to be like. He was kind of the big brother that everybody was looking for approval for. And I don't care if it was a promo or a match, whatever it was, whenever anybody got through the backstage curtain, he was the first person that they were looking for because they wanted that feedback. They wanted to know how it was, what he thought about it. And that always stuck with me, just the amount of pride that he took in his work and the bar that he set for Magnum Pro. There's just so many stories and so many good memories. I'm just so appreciative of all of the opportunities that he gave me. And one of my favorite memories happened this last year. Nate had been talking to me about trying to help him put together a drag queen wrestling event. And it was never really, something like that had never really been done before. And he looked to me for a little assistance in that area. And on the day of the show, one of my fondest memories, recent memories, was just the big smile on his face that entire day. He did not wrestle on the show. He actually got to sit in the crowd and watch the show. And I just remember afterwards, he came up and shook my hand and said, thank you. He's like, this was, one of the most fun times that I've had in a long time. And that meant a lot to me, just, being able to play such a small part in putting a smile on his face. And, I think it's been said so many times by so many people, but he just is irreplaceable. And I think the amount of opportunities and the ways that he's touched so many people's lives will never be forgotten. And, I'm just extremely humbled to be a part of this Magnum family. And it was all because of him. He gave me an opportunity that I don't know that a lot of other people would have given me. And I'm just forever grateful for that. And I'm going to miss him. And he's just irreplaceable. So if I could tell him one more thing, it would just be thank you for teaching me, for accepting me, and for everything that he's done for me and everybody else.